Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Pokemon fans of the world, it's MegaCrasher coming at you with the pro level of hype, baby, woo! And ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present you guys with our next Pokemon Competitive Battling Guide featuring none other than Blastoise and Mega Blastoise. Now, I want to say first things first, before we go any further with this video, thank you guys so much for the amount of love and support that you've been showing this series and showing my videos overall. I honestly cannot tell you guys enough how much I appreciate this, because simply put, words can't express how much I truly appreciate you guys. So thank you guys so very much for the amount of love and support that you've been showing these videos. And with that being said, if you guys are new here to the channel, please be sure to subscribe with post notifications turned on. And lastly, let's see if we can aim for 6 likes here for this video. And finally, let's get started. So kicking things off, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be going over Blastoise in its base form. So as you guys know, Blastoise is going to be having the pure water typing, which is nice, clean, and simple. And we then get to the abilities. The first ability is going to be its standard ability amongst all water type starters, known as Torrent. Now what this ability does, in case you guys don't know, it is an ability that will boost your water type moves by 50% when you reach below 1/3 of your health. Now, as for its hidden ability, Rain Dish, this ability can only be activated during rainfall, and what this does is it will restore 1/16 of your health at the end of each turn. So pair that with leftovers, ladies and gentlemen, and that will be 1/8 health restoration at the end of each turn, which can be pretty awesome right off the bat. Now, with that being said, let's go on to the stats. You can tell that this Pokemon is mainly meant to be more defense-oriented than offense-oriented, but with that said, its HP is going to be sitting at a respectable base 79, the attack at base 83, defense at base 100, special attack base 85, special defense base 105, and speed at base 78. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's transition on over to Mega Blastoise here. Now, this Pokemon, woo-wee, this is going to be a big surprise right here. So, what's not surprising, though, is that it's going to obviously keep its water typing, so that way it stays true to its base form's typing, and not to mention, it really doesn't need any other typing other than its own, being water. So we then get to its Mega Evolution's ability known as Mega Launcher. Now, what this ability does is it will boost moves that are pulse or aura based by 50%. Yeah. That is absolutely insane, guys. So, with that being said, let's move on to the stats. Its HP is not going to change due to the fact that Mega Evolution does not change the HP of said Pokemon, but the attack is going to get boosted up to base 103. Defense going to get boosted to base 120. Special attack is going to get the biggest boost out of this with base 135. Oh man, that's just crazy. And the special defense is going to get a slight boost to base 115, and the speed does not get modified. It is going to stay the same at base 78. Now, with that being said, let's go over the typing strengths and weaknesses. So, whoa. Hey, you talk about swag right there. That is absolutely amazing. I need a pair of them sunglasses too. Where can I get some? Anyways, guys, so for the type of water, it's going to have only 2 weaknesses, that being to electric and grass, which isn't much if you really think about it. While these types are very commonly used offensively, this Pokemon has 4 resistances versus its 2 weaknesses, so this makes water a very reliable defensive typing. The resistances goes as follows. Its resistances are to fire, water, ice, and steel. Now, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over some sets that you can use for Blastoise and Mega Blastoise, such as this first set that we got going on that I call Cursed Tortoise. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, and it's all based on this item known as Ghostium Z. Now, with that said, just try to keep up with this. This is going to be pretty interesting once you get the hang of this. So, the ability is going to be Torrent, as this is going to be the most reasonable ability and the ability that makes the most sense here when you utilize this set. And as for the nature and the EV spread, we're going to be going all out special defensive here with a careful nature, which is going to reduce the special attack and increase the special defense even further. As for the EV spread, we're going to be maximizing the special defense at 252 EVs. 248 EVs are going to go into the HP, and 8, of course, into attack. And the first move we got, Curse. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. That is where Cursed Tortoise comes into play, and that's where Ghostium Z comes into play as well. Now, what this does when you pair Ghostium Z with Curse, not only does it drop your speed and increase your attack and defense all by 1 stage, but you also get fully restored as well. So that right there is something to keep in mind. And this right here is what's going to make this Pokemon really interesting to face off against and also utilize as well. So the next move that we got is going to be Liquidation. Now this right here is a buffed version of Waterfall, except the thing is that rather than it having a 20% chance to flinch, this is actually going to have a 20% chance to lower the opponent's defense by 1 stage. And given the fact that we're not going for speed here, well, it would be kind of a waste to go for Waterfall, and not to mention Liquidation is slightly more powerful at that. And then, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we got Rest. Now, Rest is going to be utilized in conjunction with Sleep Talk. Yes, Romsin, I'm talking at you, man. This is what you're all about. You're all about the Rest Sleep Talk combination setup sets. Well, try this setup set, man. I gotta say that this right here is going to be a very interesting and unconventional set to utilize in battle. Not to mention, it's going to have an advantage by default, aka by the surprise factor. So, Rest is obviously going to put you to sleep for 2 turns, and it will restore all of your health, including statuses as well. And while you are asleep, you can utilize Sleep Talk to choose any of the other moves by random, whether it be Curse, Liquidation, or, well, unfortunately, Sleep Talk also can choose Rest as well. But, here's the thing, is that the aim of this set is to curse and just keep on cursing up, setting up, and you'll be able to be a setup sweeper in no time, because this Pokemon has a lot of natural bulk to make use of. And the more you curse up, the more defensive this Pokemon is going to be, therefore making it much more difficult to take down. Now, I would highly recommend, though, you do not use a set like this against water-absorbed users, because, well, that kind of renders you to be completely useless at this point. Not to mention Unaware is also a thing, too, but more often than not, this set is going to be pretty shenanigans filled, and it's going to be a nice surprise. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's move on to the next set, a set that I love to call now that is what I call a refreshing spinner. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is without a shadow of a doubt going to be one of the best rapid spinner users in the entirety of Pokemon battles, but we are going to be utilizing the Normalium Z Crystal, and I'll explain that in just a moment here. Now, the ability that we're going to be using is also going to be Torrent, as this is the ability that is going to be benefiting the set the most. Now, as for the stats and the EVs and all that good stuff, we're going to be running this way as a bold nature. Now, I want to preface the fact that this set is, in fact, interchangeable. You know, if you want to run this more as a special defensive set, you can with a calm nature, but we're going to be going with a physically defensive nature in this situation, being bold, to reduce the attack and increase the defense. We're going to be maximizing both the HP and the defense with 252 EVs apiece and 4 special defense, and we are not going to be utilizing attack whatsoever, so let's drop the IVs to 0. Now, the first move that we got is going to be Scald. It is a very solid base 80 power water type move with a nice 30% chance to inflict a burn, thus making this Pokemon even more of a physical tank. Now, the next move that we got is going to be Toxic, so if you don't want to burn an opponent, let's say, or burn is not going to really matter, you can easily Toxic some switch-ins like Quagsire and other bulky Pokemon, and it is going to put them on a timer and decay their health the more that they stay in for battle turn-based. Now, the next move that we got is going to be Rapid Spin. This is going to make this Pokemon very reliable in battle when it comes to entry hazard control, as it will blow away all of the entry hazards that your opponents try to set up on you. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, this is where Normalium Z comes into play, because we got Refresh, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what Refresh does is it will cure you of any status ailments, and when you pair it with Normalium Z, not only will it cure you of any status ailments, but you will restore your health fully in that one turn. Now, of course, Normalium Z, as well as any other Z moves, can only be used once per battle, so please be sure to use this move when you need to use it most. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and let's move on to the next set that I love to call the One Punch Boom! Tortoise! Because move over One Punch Man, we got ourselves a new puncher in town. That's right, so with the set like this, it is also going to be run with Assault Vest, because this is going to be an all-out offensive set. So with Assault Vest here, it locks you out of using non-attacking moves. However, it will boost your special defense by 50%. Now, I want to say also that this set is interchangeable. You know, you can utilize different items if you want for this set. It's not final, so please use this set however you please. Now, Torrent, once again, is going to be the best ability for a set like this. Now, as for the nature, we're going to be utilizing this as an adamant nature with max attack and 248 EVs into the HP and 8 into special defense, and we got Power Up Punch. Yes, this is going to be the main selling point here of this set, because what Power Up Punch does is not only does it cause damage with its base 40 power, but it's going to boost your attack stat by 1 stage, and then that's when things start to snowball and get really insane right here, because the next move that we got is going to be that of Liquidation. And the more you power up with Power Up Punch, the harder Liquidation is going to hit the opponents. Now, we also have ourselves Earthquake, which is a very, very solid move to have in conjunction with water and fighting type coverage. Now, of course, you can utilize different moves if you want. You know, it isn't just limited to Earthquake, but the thing is that Earthquake, in my opinion, is going to be one of the best moves that you can utilize on a set like this. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, yep, this thing gets Aqua Jet too. So, I mean, this Pokemon can Power Up Punch as many times as it's able to in battle, and it can use Liquidation, it can use Earthquake, and when it's about to go down, or when you need to pick off weakened opponents with priority, it's got Aqua Jet too. So, I mean, you can go all out with that. And yeah, so this set, while it is unconventional and not used very often whatsoever, it is going to have an advantage via the surprise factor as well. Now, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, I want to present you guys with a very special choice for Blastoise when it comes to sets. Now, this Pokemon is going to be utilizing choice specs here in this situation. It is going to lock you into one move, but boost your special attack by 50%. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be utilizing the Torrent ability, because this is an ability that makes the most sense here in this situation. Now, we are going to be going with a modest nature to increase special attack and lower the attack, and we're going all out with the offense here with 252 special attack EVs and 252 speed EVs with 4 special defense, and we're going to be running the attack IV at 0. Now, the first move that we got is going to be Scald. Scald, even though it's base 80 power, it is going to hit very hard with choice specs and potential torrent boosts as well. Now, the reason, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why we have Scald is because of this next move right here known as Water Spout. Now, Water Spout is going to be a very, very, very hard-hitting move with base 150 power. Now, it is all dependent on how much health is remaining in this set right here. If you are running low on health, I highly advise against using Water Spout, and that's where Scald comes into play, because it's more reliable, more consistent. However, ladies and gentlemen, if you are able to outspeed your opponent, then go for Water Spout. It is going to hit for base 150 power, and with choice specs boosting it as well, it is going to hurt like hell. So coming up next, we have ourselves Dark Pulse. Now, Dark Pulse, in my opinion, is going to be a really solid move to utilize, because it is going to absolutely destroy Psychic as well as Ghost-type Pokemon. Now, you can also utilize the likes of Aura Sphere if you want, so that way you have a really solid fighting chance against the likes of Steel, Dark, Normal, Ice, and also Rock types, even though Rock types get utterly destroyed with Water type moves. And last but not least, well, look at that, we got Aura Sphere, ladies and gentlemen. Funny I just mentioned that. So Aura Sphere, in conjunction with Dark Pulse and as well as Water type coverage, it is going to offer you a huge amount of type coverage here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to say, that this Pokemon does get the likes of Ice Beam as well, so Ice Beam could very easily replace one of these two moves, being Dark Pulse and Aura Sphere, because Ice Beam offers really solid offense against the likes of Grass, Ground, Dragon, and Flying type Pokemon, and also gives you a fighting chance against one of your weaknesses. So it's really up to you. You know, all of these sets are interchangeable. You know, feel free to use these sets how you please. None of these sets are final, as I should have prefaced at the beginning of the video, but with that being said, ladies and gentlemen... Wait, Blastoise, where'd you go, man? I'm not done with you! I'm not done analyzing you! I'm not... Oh, okay, I see what you did there. You got so hyped you wanted to Mega Evolve. Hey, that's all fine with me, man. Let's get the hype built up even more so with the Spin Master set. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Mega Blastoise is the Spin Master in this scenario, because what we got going on here, we have ourselves its Mega Stone known as Blastoisinite to allow for it to achieve its Mega Evolution in battle, and we have ourselves Rain Dish going into Mega Launcher, because the reason for Rain Dish is because of the fact that, well, you're really not going to be using Blastoise in its base form, but say if Rain is on the field and you switch Blastoise in, it's going to have an opportunity to have Rain Dish activate and restore a little bit of its health at the end of that turn, but Mega Launcher is going to be the ability that you are going to be utilizing when you Mega Evolve into Mega Blastoise. So, we have ourselves a Timid Nature Mega Blastoise here. That's right, we're going to be going all out with the offense set right here. It's going to increase the speed and lower the attack. We're going to be utilizing the 252 EV spread in the special attack and in the speed, and 4 in the special defense with a 0 attacking IV. Now, as for the first move we got is going to be Rapid Spin, hence why it is the Spin Master, baby! Woo! So what Rapid Spin does, as I had alluded to earlier in the video, it is going to provide Mega Blastoise with the solid role of entry hazard control, and with that, coming up next, we have ourselves Scald, because it's Scald. It's one of the most OP moves there is in the game, and definitely the most OP water type move there is. It's very spammable, has a really respectable base 80 power, not to mention also it has a 30% chance to burn, which, you know, to some people think that's 100% of the time that you get burned, but, you know, it doesn't exactly work that way 100% of the time, I'll just say that. But coming up next, we have ourselves Ice Beam. Ice Beam is going to be a very solid move to utilize in Mega Blastoise, because it is going to take care of its grass weakness as well as offer tremendous type coverage against the likes of Flying, Ground, and Dragon type Pokemon that try to switch in on this thing. And last but not least, we got Dark Pulse. Yes, Dark Pulse. Boosted by Mega Launcher, that's essentially Stab right there. And Dark Pulse in conjunction with Rapid Spin, oh man, like, it doesn't get any better than this. Now, here's the thing. Rapid Spin is a normal type move, so obviously you're going to switch into Ghost type Pokemon to block Rapid Spin, right? Well, no. It doesn't exactly work that way. Well, it doesn't come easy, because you're going to get smacked in the mouth with a Mega Launcher boosted Dark Pulse and go down for the count. So I would highly recommend that you keep your Ghost type Pokemon locked up tight in its Pokeballs, because Mega Blastoise is not taking any prisoners, it's not taking any shit, it's not going to be taking anything from anybody. So with that being said, let's move on to the next set, which I like to call Spin Master number 2. Like, you can't compete with Mega Blastoise when it comes to Rapid Spin use, okay? So, obviously, as you're seeing right here, we got Blastoisinite going to be the item of choice when it comes to Mega Evolution, and we have Rain Dish transitioning into Mega Launcher upon Mega Evolution. Now, the nature that we got, you know, we have ourselves a Bold Nature, but you can utilize this as a special defensive Pokemon as well, but we're gonna go all out with physical defense right here, because base 120 physical defense is nothing to scoff at, alright? So, we're gonna be utilizing EV spreads of 252 into the HP and the defense, and 4 into special defense. Now, the first move that we got, it is going to be Scald, because like I said previously, very spammable, very reliable, has a really solid chance to burn the opponents, and also, in conjunction with the EV spread right here, makes this Pokemon even more of a physical wall to deal with in battle. go. So coming up next, we got Rapid Spin. Yes, this Pokemon is just obviously, it is the Spin Master in this scenario here. Can't do any better than that, you know what I'm saying? So coming up next, we have ourselves Dragon Tail. Now the reason, ladies and gentlemen, for Dragon Tail is to not only offer chip damage against your opponents, but also, okay, it is a great way to force a switch out against your opponents, of course, if they are immune to Dragon-type moves like Fairy-type Pokemon. But also, ladies and gentlemen, I want to preface that this Pokemon does have access to Roar as well, but the reason for Dragon Tail is in case if this Pokemon gets taunted, okay? Dragon Tail is a physical move, it is an offensive move, so it can't be shut down by taunt. So, Dragon Tail is going to offer chip damage, and it will swap out your opponent's Pokemon and lose potentially any setup that they have of that Pokemon. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, obviously we're going to be utilizing Dark Pulse, because Dark Pulse, like I said, in conjunction with Rapid Spin, baby, it is just going to be absolutely amazing. Not to mention, even without any special attack investment, you got over 300 special attack to work with, and Mega Launcher boosts Dark Pulse, so it's going to be hitting extra hard anyways. So finally, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say that this is going to be the end of the video right here, and I want to say thank you so very much for watching. I really, truly appreciate your guys' time that you take out your day to watch my videos, and I couldn't do this without you, so thank you guys so very much for watching. Also, comment down below as to what you think about this video, and also what sets you would utilize for Mega Blastoise and regular Blastoise. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next upload!